But only in the current interest scenarios, I don't know whether they're asking about the controllers, standard controllers, and Visualforce pages, but we'll understand how to do it and what are the best things to do it in the controllers. We'll see them. So visual forces are typically you can preview them um, as what you wanted in the classic view, but still you can get them into Lightning experience as well because they have visual force with SLDS. So they have visual force SLDS also. I mean the Lightning design system or the Lightning stuff for the um, visual force developer. So this is the important link from a Salesforce, and there's another link which is important. Hmm. So we'll see an example now by just clicking simply um, a create page. So I'll come back to this, and so prior to that, where and all you can create the Visualforce pages. You can go to home. You can go to Visualforce here from a setup. So Visualforce component is something that you create a small component and you try to reuse them as many as possible. So Visualforce help us to when we just come into Visualforce. Let me just a minute. I'll go to hmm. So prior to that, whichever there, I'll upload. This is the best things to do. Okay, now um, let's talk about Visualforce page. So I just want today to spend on the Visualforce page, and tomorrow I wanted to just kickstart off the LWC how it works, or a simple integration to hit how it works. If possible, today we can spend a more maybe 7:30 now, 1.5 hour if it takes also. We will be good enough to complete the Visualforce page and the controllers. Sadly, what we say is, we know what is MVC patterns if you see. So model view controllers we know, and the model is M for database called as objects, V for view, which is UI, and C for the controllers. So this is all known thing, right? So in that case, so we focused on view, so which is view part, which is something again UI. So in the UI, what you can do with. So Visualforce page is a page-centric development. VF is a page-centric development. So why is it page centric? Because you click on a page, and then maybe you click on a link or a menu, link or a menu. So you open a page. Then and something you want to do change again. Anything we do activity, it's all about the page navigations. You click on link or a menu, you open a page. Again, from some button you click, you open a page. Then you move to something else. You click on the redirections and going on to and fro is all on pages only. So what I can say is redirections and navigations. You would be moving around within pages. Now, if you say Visual Force page is SPA, no. So do VF is a SPA, single page application. Like how like how like Aura or LWC can suffice the SPA logic, so Visualforce page cannot do. But using the frameworks they can do it, or using the some other JS libraries they can do it. So Visualforce alone cannot be a RESF. VF is not a SPA, but you can try achieving them by JS libraries like Angular or jQuery or whichever. Hmm. Guys, you getting what I'm trying to talk? So it's a page-centered development. If I just open a paint and then I'll just make a note. I'm, I'm sorry, guys. Did you see this? I ran a visual first page and then I just tried to preview. I got these results. Is there? Hello? Anyone there? Hey Kumar or Raj, you there?
Yes.
Okay. So did you see this? How do we try to preview the page? Hey Raj?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we have to go to Salesforce and then we have to redirect to the another page, right? That's how we do it.
Now this VF page developments are used in a couple of places where, for example, you went to a setup and then you went on a Visualforce page and then you're writing the Visualforce page. So where the syntax would be apex colon page and you have to end with the apex colon page. So this is prefixed with always with apex colon. And what are the messages that you write? When you try to save and preview, you can see this a separate a page, hello world page is been opened here. So where and all these pages could be used is you can use in communities where all the VF pages could be used. So point number one, um, to preview the PDF till today, they are we are using VF even in Lightning experience. We do this either it is LWC or whatever. So no any Visualforce PDF development that is carried out to the Aura or LWC so far. Only VF page can preview the PDF so far, and then click of a button, like say quick action. So quick action. we can call the VF page. Then we can embed the VF page in a page layout. This also you can do. If it's for classic, okay, first let's see. We can use them in community pages. Community pages means community development, where we can using pages. See, community development, they have drag and drop components, and then you have a complete custom components. Using a custom components, you can use, or let's say you are completely building the login page, what not. So complete login, I mean complete website type, login, login page, landing page, landing page, and then what not. Main pages or app specific pages. So all you can do with the pages. So these are the frequently used contents which I'm talking about, where not the VF pages can be used. So now while talking to this, they have a couple of things like standard controller and custom controller. And then they have something called as extensions. Why we require extensions? Something which is not possible with standard controller. Then again we write extensions. Now what is standard controller if same? See, I'm gonna write something on my same object. I'm gonna utilize my same objects like say account or contact or case or any custom object like say claim. You can give any of these options. Any custom object that you make it. So these are the custom object if I use directly, then it's a standard controller. So reusing features of objects, standard or custom object. Because while they try to create a object, so that time only they're trying to create as an actions, page layouts, everything for us, right? So the same thing we're trying to reuse them. So we call as standard controllers. So where you don't write majority of a controller here, where you don't write a specific controllers here, where we don't write controllers. So where exactly you already controllers and the custom controllers you write it. Of course, we were using the features of account or any standard custom object, but it's a scratch element. Building the scratch. Building the actions from. So what do you mean by that? So you're gonna say save, you're gonna write on your own, save, edit, delete, all this you're gonna do it on your own. And what any other custom action. All this you're gonna do it on your own. Whereas here, save, edit, delete. All these actions are mm, we are reusing. We are reusing. Yes, we can override the actions also. How? By using extensions. Okay. So standard controller is the one. Using a standard controller, using of a standard existing features, whatever, we can use it. So I don't write any functions like this. So directly, I don't even write a class also. Straight away I can use it. That is what standard controller refers. Now, if you wanted to extend the features or you want to override the feature of save or edit something, so that time we write an extensions. That time we write the extensions controllers. To override the standard feature, to override the standard feature, we use extensions. This is the way of understanding the extension controller. Now, custom controllers, I said completely from the scratch. So you are trying to build the each and every action, like save, edit, custom actions, everything that you wanted to build. So these are the three types of controllers. How these controllers are effectively used in the VF pages that we'll see. Standard controller, I don't have any class, no class. You don't write any specific controllers. You're going to use the existing features. What is an extension if you say, hey, I can override these whatever the standard features they have. What to do? They have already some features, but additionally you want to do override some actions. So then you write extension controllers to override them. So custom controller completely saying that I want to build the complete kind of actions, whatever I wanted. It's all my wish. Yes, of course, all we have an options. So Raj, have any questions?
Yeah, Raj.
Okay, perfect. So focusing on these three things, like our performance syllabus also, standard custom extension controllers. So what I did is firstly I just went on to create the Visualforce page. Hello world. Mhm. So now let me go and create a few other things. Mm. Let's stick to one. If you say that this is UI for a create case everything, so we can say create account, view account, delete account. So we can get that also because account is a very simple one. We can use them. I don't want to use any of this. I'm gonna say account management. So I'm gonna keep as an account management, and I'm gonna write a couple of things here. So let's say standard controller. Here I write account. What is the standard controller account? So as I said, you guys. So I'm gonna reuse the existing feature of account, whatever we have. If I do so, I need not require to use any actions here. Save action, something I don't want at all. So if I use Apex pages, what is this Apex if you think? This is the prefix namespace. It's all been used for the Apex pages. If I say aura colon something that the value attributes will be using it. So each and every what is say programming stuff they will have the prefixed value. So it is must have a namespace. So that Visualforce is having Apex colon. So now, if you wanted to develop something like Apex colon form, because I want to submit the form. So there's a form you write, and inside that you think that okay, I want to submit a value. So let's do something. Mm, Apex colon page block. Page block is the one which we have open box, and under this we have to have a page block section. Under this we have a page block section item. So here we're going to do, let's say I want a field to have apex colon. When I use input field, so when I use input field, I'm trying to use the actual value of account object. Let's try to save this. Um, so what I'm trying to say is account.name. So that UI field, I'm just trying to get it here. So you can beautify by just giving a tab here. Um, uh, so what I'm trying to do is why you want to have a form is because I wanted to submit this form based on the actions that I want to do it. It's apex page block item. So the one more thing I wanted to get is here apex colon command button. So under this command button, I want to get an action. So value, I'm saying it as save, and action is also save. So value could be anything. Save record. Extra record. Save syntax. Save only. Account channel control will have save. No, what is this? Okay, let's get this to let us save. So I'm gonna preview this first. Look at this. So input field value this, and label if you wanted to get as account name. You guys, you getting this? So you're trying to get a simple um, an app. Okay. So what I was about to say is, so we are working on a standard control. We know this standard control could have any object, like say custom object or a standard object, irrespective. Anything is fine. But what I'm trying to say is, you will not write any single controller to do with this activity. The name meaning itself is standard control. If I say when you create a new object, let's say account or a custom object or any other object has been created, by default few things have been created for you. That is what I'm saying. If you go to an object manager, you could see account. If I say, see the list of items which is already there. Or if you go to any custom object, look at them. Look at this custom object which you created. So there's many things. If you say page layouts, this is the UI. If I say buttons and links, this is the actions been already created for you. So create, edit, delete. So now if you wanted to override any of these features, you can do it. But how? For example, if I say a new record is there, no standard page. Standard page means Salesforce standard page. You can go to claims. You can click on new. A standard page would appear like this. So this is standard approach. No, I don't want that. I want to override this guys. So then go and edit it. Go to the respective object. Go to the buttons or links. Now it says, do you wanted to override the lightning experience? So in that case, what you wanted to override with? In lightning experience, you need to override with lightning component. We don't have any component. So use this standard. Use the classic override means it is saying that okay, go with the normal new approach. That's enough. In a classic, if you want to override, go to an Visualforce page. If at all, if at all you reference this claim object, and then you have some button, sorry, page name as if you use the claim as a standard controller, then if you written a VF page, then that particular page would have been appeared here. So now let's say, so I was writing the VF page controller is equal to this, right? Now claim dot name, I will change it off. Since I know it was an account, so I will change it to the claim, just for the namesake. Let me save this. It should save. Why? Because controller and they should have a name. So no worries about here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna refresh this page and check if the standard controller is equal to the object name you specified, and then you are trying to use them. Look at this. There's a account management page. Why this page has to appear? Because you have given in your Visual Force the control is equal to claim. Standard control is equal to claim, and then you return some logic inside this. Whenever standard control is equal to claim, if you say, so this page would appear here. Why? In this page only I try to return the the name of the page is what it is account management. So that's the reason it has bought me the account management page. Now I'm saying here you can override the actions with your custom pages. This is how you do a custom logic override. On a save, I don't want to open this Salesforce VFP, no Salesforce UI. I want to open a custom UI. And doing why you want to do custom UI? Because a lot of process you're trying to do with the custom UI stuff. It's not simply just loading the value. It is also doing some XYZ activity for you. On the load itself, you want to do some activity, then completely custom logic you have. Okay, I don't want to write something very crazy custom logic. Let him load the standard UI only. But out of that, I would write simple logic which I can require to write it off. Say somewhere I write an extension which is like I wanted to override the save features or edit features. So for this only standard control extensions we're using it. Actions are specifically for the same object we are trying to extend the features of whatever the same method it is. Like we're trying to override them. So let's see the basic of um, instead of writing for this account, I can write it for claims also. So where you'll get to know. I would write as claim management. Let me move this from this standard custom approach. There's a claim object we have no. So claim as a save options. So I just go to button here. So there's an action called as new. See accept, clone, delete, save. I don't think the actions got changed. Okay. Save is the one which we have here, and let's try to preview this file. I think in the claim management, the fields in relationship. So when I have okay, claim name is the auto ID, so that's the reason they can't do display any of the value. So they don't have much fields here. Hmm, I don't want any of these auto numbers. I will change it to text. Claims and patients. Okay. So I wanted to get one more field called as patients. Output label. In a one section item, you can have two items present there. Another section item. Let me close the section item. So this one section item and this one section item, and then finally we have a command button. Okay. So one item for name, one item for the patients. Here I say claim name, and here I say account name or the patient name. So when you use input field, You can use, you need not worry directly the field name. If you use, automatically it will take the original data type of how we are using it here. If I just use input field name of rating, automatically I'll get the pick list. I need not to worry about, hey, pick list means hot, warm, cold, how I don't know how the values will go inside. You need not to worry about it. You need not to worry about it is a lookup or something. So input field does there's some features of it. If you just use it, it'll automatically get the pick list, date, whatever it is. The original format it'll get it. So you need not to worry about how do I populate them. Now look at this. Save. I'm just doing the refresh here. Look at this. Claim and already lookup has been brought for us. So why I say this is because we simply set as input field. So that is itself solving is the what type of a field I should bring it here. Because what is the original field, how it looks like, they brought it like that. Hmm. Now command action we have, then we don't have a proper a name for it. So value, I will say save record. Now I should get it. Look at this. So we are using existing standard feature, and then we see we didn't write any single logic of a controller code. Simply we just modifying in the UI page, and then we're able to get the name, patient, all the stuff. I can get it. Now, if I say that claim name is health insurance 001, uh, med claim, some name you're giving it, and then you're saying the patient, which particular patient you're referring to, and I'm saving the record. If there's any issues, it'll automatically take me to the respective record. So it saved me the claim, and it got to which particular patient is referring to, and it all got me the record there. Okay, so for any questions here?
No.
So Kumar, do you have any questions? Like, what is this specifically? This guys are talking about standard controller.
Raj.
Okay, so so obviously standard controllers we don't have any Apex class we have to write in. So all the way only the VF page will play a majority of here. So you have to understand how do I use a form, why the page block sections, all this is thing. These are visual for stuff. So since they use a page block, in order to get the the item should be in the block size. If I just preview also, so they want it in a box. Now I wanted to have an item. How do you see a page layout? Just compare the page layout. So they are trying to build the same way. How they're trying to build the page layout, because it's all about the page layout that what we're building here. Now when I say left side component, what should be there? What is a label and the field name? Label and the field name. This is a two column size, right? So the same way, okay, you have a page block section. Under that, if you have a section item, that's the first element. It's the first element. A section item, another one, the second element. So another section item, so it'll come to the next, it'll reshuffle back to two column size. Just a minute, guys. Look at this. There's a two columns which if you see here, the same with the UI they work for. So name, owner, patient, all this stuff they have it. Same way, if you wanted to get the sections, I can get the section like information here, whatever they have here. Section title, let's get it. Section title is something if you say claim info. To say this claim info. So the intention of Visualforce development was comparing to the page layouts how these guys were having it. How to see this information? Account information as section, and then address information as separate section. So this is the lightning experience they say it, right? Yes, of course, we can migrate the Lightning experience to this way. Apex colon sing, SLDS. If I use this tag and then I try to use at the top, if you see, my design style sheet will not go with the standard approach. It will get into SLDS approach. Salesforce Lightning Design System. See now the buttons and whatever you could see all have been little enlarged. And this is in separate a view of the page. It is so it is just getting like this. Now let's do one thing. We will try to override the features of what do you say standard features of claim what we have. So let's say new record. I'm gonna try edit. So here I would try to override the features of um, claim management. But lightning component, lightning experience is not this. Let me save this. Control Shift. Don't treat that it'll appear here. It's not be done for lightning experience. If you want to get it for lightning experience, you need to have a lightning component. So all the way you have to switch to the classic and then you have to check that because we have to supports only for the classic. You have to go there. Now this is the claim that we had. So from here, if I try to do new, did you see this? This is a component that which we written. Now clicking on a new, I'm just not opening the Salesforce standard UI. I'm just opening our UI which we written here. So this is how you write it now, custom stuff. You write say now it is about insurance plan. Something you write, and then you choose for lookup, and then you say BPL and save it. Now that has become your custom UI to create the claims. Is getting?
So, is there a different fee for classic and lightning when we get the license for Salesforce?
No, no. This classic is still they're keeping as many of the companies or many of the features is not 100% migrated to the Lightning experience. So that is the reason Salesforce didn't retire this. So there's no any comparison of fees and all. No, it's all the same money. So whenever you go now you buy, they will take the money for Lightning experience only. Classic is something is the leftover with there.
Okay, so if you are buying a new license, we
Yeah.
cannot use the classic.
No, you can use it. Classic is not no depreciated. Still it is, but whatever we do is all we buy or purchase for Lightning experience only. So they recommend us to use Lightning experience. So what I'm trying to say is they didn't move 100% of classics to Lightning experience.
Yeah, I
Still,
get that. I mean, all the navigation and everything looks cool in Lightning. So why companies are still maintaining the classic?
but that's the reason I'm saying majority of the features of what Salesforce Classic it does not move to Lightning experience because the Salesforce Classic itself is vast and to move them item by item it takes time because so much they have. So today also if you see any configurations in the Lightning experience still you see that see this is the typically a Lightning component or experience you can see where you say object and then respective fields are appearing and you have search options all that you do it. Look at few things we have. Let's say Apex. I'll show you. Any jobs that you see here. See whatever you see inside, right? This is an injected page. Same thing I will open in the classic. So not much difference, but See, look at this. What you got changed here? Do you see this UI? Same UI, right? So that means what? They have embedded this jobs page in a classic view page. How a jobs page is appearing. So that page they've embedded into a lightning experience page. Do you see this? Look at the color also. So this type of UI which is present in the classic, right? Now the program which I written, the same it is. This type of UI only it is. The color code, all what you see. This is a classic. See the UI. For table, I'm saying table in inner line. What do we have? See the table in the inner line. So that means what? It is not completely migrated things. I may have a I may have a foundations here saying that on the left side I all have a lightning actions. On the top I have a not movable headers, fixed header bar. So this is all I can tell. But the loading which is inside the contents are still with the something which is classic is all still present. Look at this. So that is what I was saying. Not all the features they would have moved. So still they are using the classic development. So they can't depreciate as of now.
So if we create a mm, custom visual force page and overwrite it to a standard object or standard page, it will not reflect in the lightning.
It will not reflect in the lightning, but there's another options that we can do it. It's a good question. Can I do a override feature? If you write a visual first page, still you're going to classic. Now, how do I do it? You're saying it's a good question. Go to the claim object. Go to the same button links and actions. There's something called as new action. Let's try. And I say uh, custom visual first page. Do you see this? And I'm saying let this be a 256 standard label. I'm gonna say create claim. It's your custom page. It's your custom visual force page. You have creating an action called as create claim. And then you go into page layout of claim layout. And then you go to open the claim layout. So there are mobile and lightning experience actions. Open them, create claims. Look at this, create claim, whichever recently created. I am just bringing them to the first. Click say. This is this create claim. Create claim is new actions. You click on create claim. So you are trying to bring your custom component here. Do you see this? So yes, of course, you cannot override the features of what a new record can do it, but at least a button can help you out to bring out this UI. Since you are onto the existing record, it automatically brought me to where to a edit screen. Look at this. Correct, right? It is not new means it is not blank there. If you are into the new screen, so I will say that you are into new screen. I'll leave the blah blah is blank. If an existing screen you're opening it, I mean the existing record, I'm trying to populate the value what it is. Existing loan amount. See in the background dull screen you see insurance loan amount is wrong. OLAN loan. I'm just correcting here and I'm saving it here. So it got saved also. See whatever the big box which you open and there's a save action that's been terminated here because I'm putting it on a quick action. Whatever it is inside the layout which you see here, we are controlling or we are dealing with this. So you can get some visual first pages which is very um, if you have written a very complex type of development of visual first page but you don't want to get rid of, you have invested into it, but you can make an action, you can get them like this and then you can do the respective operations still, so not to waste the amount again to invest onto the lightning experience. or lightning development stuff. Still, you can get as a button like this. You can survive. If you think, no, why should I give to my customers the old type of UI? Yes, of course, you can change it off. But if it is originally some logic, custom logic has been built, you can't do change, or you don't want it to change. So then we are not expecting that to be changed. Then still you can have like this. So now what we've seen is your Visualforce page, whatever you've written, you can override with the quick actions called as create claims I've written. And then I'm just on click on this, I'm just opening the page of lightning page. Now today it is create claim. Tomorrow if you want to have a fetch some integration service, click on a button. You're trying to get some a real-time records, and if you wish, you're saving it. So that record is will automatically populate and send back to the system. I'm talking about real case. So why you wanted to have to such buttons? Can I have without a button also? Can I do with some other operations? Yes. So Lightning or Lightning NWC components can help you out to deal with the like these quick actions how did you create. Either VF page, either our components, either LWC components. All this you can bring it up and show into the UI when a quick action button has been created. But you should be very sure. So whatever the components you are creating, on which particular object you are creating is important. So I created the Visualforce page here, but I said as standard control claim. So that is the reason it is referenced everywhere in the claim when I go. Automatically this page has been displaying there. So now if you go to account, you cannot expect this page because standard control is only for the account you have been, claim you have given here. Now, if people wanted to have an extension controller, something I wanted to extend the features. So how do I do? See, not only is command button to help out with the save, you can also have I can also have a delete also here. So delete, and I'm saying delete record. So this action also will work because these are all standard features. We can't stop anything in them. If you go to the quick action buttons in the claims, you can see them. You can see them couple of buttons present here, right? So delete we have. So now we are trying to use this delete. See, create claim is a custom Visualforce page we have written, and we called a Visualforce page. So that's a quick action button that they are showing it here. If we just try to save delete record. You see this instance amount claim. If I say delete record, the record is deleted because that's an action.
Okay, got it.
See that none of the records you can see. But if you want to see, you can go check and recycle bin. Incidence loan amount. This is one recently deleted in the claim record. So like this, we can have actions to do help us onto the standard controller where we don't write any code for it. Okay. So let me write an extension here. So already we know how to save and edit. Save is something that you are trying to get new record. If you same thing, I try to modify the record, opening the same record ID, I passed it, and then I can delete the record also. So all that we did. So I want to override the feature of save record. If you want to do, you need to write some extension. You need to write some extension, and then you need to name as a extension class name. So let's say controller claims controller. You have to write, but you have to write it. So where to write? You can go to file new apex class. What is the class name that is given there? Claims controller. So here you can write as a claims controller. So this is a class that you're writing as an extension controller. Claims extension controller. You can give this name also. This is also good. So I will change this. It is saying that, hey, your class is so flat and I don't have an options. Let me close this. I'm just giving this class, but this class doesn't have any options. I mean, it is so blank. And that particular blank class, you're trying to save it. It says, but this is unknown extension controller. If you're saying that extension controller, at least one keyword like this would be there, which is called as constructor as one argument constructor called apex pages that standard controller would be there. If it is not there, shall I create for you? It is asking me. What it's saying is this controller class, if it is you say that is an extension, they should have a constructor, at least one argument constructor named as apex pages dot standard controller. So I create and then I quick save it. So then I come back and see what this class has been created with. If you see, you see this apex extension controller. So what this controller will value will have. So this is the one which will have the value how to deal with the record. So now I don't know what type of object that we're dealing with. It's a claims, right? Claim and then let's go see claim rec. So this controller dot get record. So the controller dot get record, if I do, so whatever you are typing the values here, that is whatever the values you are typing here, let's say if I preview, whatever that values you are typing here, it will be the values in stored in the it will be stored in the get record. But after typecast it back to claim because it will be a standard controller flat record which is coming in. I don't know whether you which type of object you are. So I just generally have to put this claim here. So by typecasting, I can add it to the right object. Look at this. I got saved value with. So generally what we'll do is public claim and this. And safe to have is get set. So why we have get set is because you're dealing with your page. So if you have a get set, it will be good enough. So now I'm trying to override the features here. Public page reference save. Save is the a method which is already there in the claim. I'm trying to override the claim. So I'm going to say that if claim record dot name is double equal to hello, then I'm going to throw some error. Else I'll try to save this record. Yes, of course, when you're trying to do this, you need to return the page reference. Page reference return So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to pass the claim record ID. Guys, getting what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to override the value called save, and then if claim record if you give as hello, I will not do anything. I'll stay back there. If else, that means yeah, I'm very good with the claim record. Whatever the value you give, after save the record, I'll navigate to the record which has been inserted with recent value. So this is simple extension control which I'm writing. I already told you extension control means what? It is extending the features, extending the features of save. So-called extension controller, extend the features of save. So extension controller, we're good here, or we're good here. I just refresh this page. If I say hello, so I just click on hello. If I click on a save, look at this, it's standing there only. So that means what? It is not allowing me to save this record. Um, if really it is inserted, then you can search with hello. There's no record called as hello. That's the reason you couldn't find here. But if simply put as hello one, look at this, it got saved. See that? When you give hello, it is not proceeding, right? So you can throw an error message using Visualforce page. Visualforce page for add error. Something you can create add error message in the displaying an error message on Visualforce pages. You can get them to display an error message saying that apex pages dot add messages. If you give this, will throw an error message, a tag which we have. Um, we can get them to print the error messages here, add messages. Same time, you can just say that apex pages dot add messages, something error like this, you can put it off. See, page references, you can have this slash op id return page, and then else you say return null. Okay, what is over? So we'll try to display the same. If something goes wrong, you're returning null, right? So before that, you can set the apex messages add message. Application exception. This way, enter the account number, enter this value, this thing, right? So this is error message that we get it. Yeah. Apex pages dot add message the method name. Under that, you're passing the new messages. So what is that you're pressing? I mean entering. Um, please enter different value. So I'm writing this. Why? Because I'm just asking you, boss, you please enter the different value. What you can give it the hello with the claim name. So, so if he's again giving hello and then whatever the name, okay. If this guy is if this return null is one correct one. Claim name, I'll put this way. You must enter value. Without some name of the ID, also it's getting saved here. ID has been replaced here. Then if I give hello, is exact value. It's not moving ahead, but why don't it is displaying the message? Is the syntax is to add so we also is in the page message only. Why they not throwing errors? If name double equal to hello and not equal to null, please enter different value. So looking at this example, so what this guy is doing, page block is having the main name, something is fine. Something like this, stand control, he's converting. Okay, void save. A similar example they are doing. Account name not equal to double equal to null or this. So they are trying to deny the message. If a claim record dot name double equal to hello and then claim name not equal to null. So they are also should written something null. Sorry. Or is altogether a custom controller they have written? No, it's a controller account extension. So this guy didn't override the standard feature save method. He returned simple public void save method, and that particular save method is used here. Command button save. So that is a mistake from that particular guy in us. So what we're doing is we don't want it. I can write our own custom method like this anytime, but we want page reference, something that your existing save method have to overwrite. So absolutely, I'm very clear about. I wanted to override this save method which we have. Sales is out of box save method. I'm extending and overwriting this save feature. So there I'm checking whether this guy is having null value or not. So if he's null value, then I'm written null. Or if he's saying that his value is equal to hello, then I'm saying that he was you give different value. Else you can insert RMC and then go back to the reference page. If I just after insert, if I don't say return null, so then this will not navigate to the record where it is actually inserting the record. So to start with hello and not proceeding next. So why error message is not displaying? Mhm. What is hello and the name and the save? Hmm. So now it got a message. I think cache issue. I think I didn't do any change. So hello and the patient name I've given. So hello if it is exactly matching and then the value is not equal to null, yes. And if it's true, please enter different value. Is getting this?
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is we are trying to override the phase out of box of sales is whatever given same method. Tomorrow the same way if you do edit, you can override the edit. You are checking, see whatever the sales was flatly they giving save option also. For you, you wanted to control few things. That's the reason you're overriding the save, edit, delete options. If you try to delete and click on delete, still you want to override some things on the delete and check while deleting. Are you safer to delete the record? Like on trigger we checking on the sale record if you have something I want to delete the record. If something at the UI also you want to do the same logic, yes you can do it. If you want to put into a trigger, so yes of course you can put into trigger, but the trigger will throw that error line message saying that line number 31 you are having this issue. We will not allow you to delete the record. How do you want to represent that? Or you wanted to represent this to different value. So this all makes sense. So now we are good with standard controller and the extension controller to override the methods. The same value, if I try to open in the classic, sorry, in the lightning experience, um, so for even for the modifying the value also, if I give hello, it will throw an error. Let me check that. Let me go to the claims and hello one, and we'll just click on claim ring. So the value is already here, hello one, and I'm modifying to hello, hello one to hello. So now I'm trying to save this record. So it is saying that boss, please enter the different value. So what do you mean by this? So you're asking them to enter a different value. Correct? So in the extension control, we have overridden to stop the record on the case of whatever we require. So whatever we have control based on that it is acting now. So this is for edit and update and you can delete the record. So create code is already done under the standard approach. So tomorrow what we'll do is we simply see the custom control how it works. Same logic only, but we would write a fresh code of how this guy was written the same method separately. So this way we would write it Otherwise, we would write a custom control. We don't write something as directly standard controller is equal to account. Directly we'll write a custom controller or simply controller name we put and then say class name directly. No any object specification here. He is written extra class here. The same way we also written extra class name here. Look at this claims extension controller. And in meanwhile, you wanted to learn something on the trail side, the Visualforce page. Yes, we have an option. Visualforce trailhead. Hmm. I think this is important. So get started with Visualforce page, create Visualforce page, use sample variables and formulas, use standard controllers, display records, input something using forms. How do you list the records? How do you create a custom controls? The last they mentioned. So tomorrow we'll see onto this how it is. But unless this is a very useful stuff to go quickly for you guys and then wrap on this. So this will help you out in terms of understanding how Visualforce are used in what effective way. So you know how to create, you know how to put and then how to get into any quick actions. Now with the help of that, you can simply play now. So you know how to read, how to create, how to edit the record, how to delete the record. Here's one example. They're saying how to show in the tables, display the records in a tables. So display a table. For the table, you will be using page block table or iterators. So when I use a page block table, you can get the list of record like this. Contacts, like say name, title. So one or more records you can get in a table way. You're getting simply account dot contacts. How are we using sub for loops on that day? Um, so account select name. So select name, comma inside one more braces you given. Select last name from a contacts from account given. For each and every account, you are respectively printing the each contacts. The same way it is account.contacts when I give it, you are getting the bunch of contact records. So they are looping inside the contact records. Like how a for loop we had, the same way it is. So accounts contact if you take, then contacts are looping into that's a page block table. So these guys are displaying this way. So one thing is table is useful. Otherwise, you guys would know what are they are trying to do about. But this is typically classic development where you simply put apex colon detail. So you will see a related list, contacts, all that you can get it. So just go through this once. It will be really helpful to wrap on the Visualforce basics. Inputting data forms, of course, input field, command field, done. Name, save. Again, extending controller. So for this only I didn't write because many people should use standard features and account. So just I moved on to the claim and then I've explained about the custom object and then page block section. So many of these given examples. Okay, this guy is already displays in error messages. Look at this. But we have overridden the extension features. Just went on to say that was if you have this value, I will not work with you. Stop them there only. Throw their message there only. So this also I've dealt with. I think quickly going to this Visualforce basic Apex class. Sorry, for a developer session would help you out. Is any questions?
No.
Hmm. So I think I have copied this here. I'm also copying this Visualforce page and controllers to our documents. So you have a trailer here. You can go through this. Okay, guys, we'll meet you tomorrow. So one thing is the custom controller spending, and then I'll start with the basic LWC, a simple component. How do we create and deploy, and a simple integration Apex class to it and get the response. How do we do it and save into the Salesforce? That also will save to you tomorrow. And tomorrow again it will be 1.5 hour session. So that way, I think today it is also more than 1.5 hour. Anyway, we have been covered up with all the visual first stuff what is required. So tomorrow onto the custom control how to do, right, because now already familiar is how to create and view or a display or a column method in wire button. All these we got on same custom controller would be there, so nothing much difference. You're writing from scratch, that's it. You're not taking any help of any other object. So firstly we'll do for 15 minutes that, and then so LWC will talk about few things, and then along with that if you could make it out in integrations we can do that as well. So then I'll give a quick few links onto the how to build on LWC, and then if you wanted to have any integrations in again in trailers only we have for integrations how to deal with the REST services. I'll share that link to you guys. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you all guys. See you again tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks.